Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Captain Gad. You are tuned in to IUIC Denver in the Classroom, Part 2. For the hatred within will show without. To my left,
Officer Dunn.
to my right,
Officer Nahasa.
let's get it in. Hey, for those that did not see Part 1, go watch Part 1 so you can understand Part 2.
Right.
Watch Part 1 so you can understand Part 2, all right? The hatred within will show without. This for all you brothers and sisters that think you can hide your hatred. Eventually, it will show. Hey, I was watching Patient Saints, and they said some heavy stuff, man. You brothers can hide it for a while, but your wife can't hide that hatred.
Right.
Your wife cannot hide the hatred that you got towards your leadership.
Right.
Can't hide it, man.
No, because
Especially you been murmuring and gossiping.
Right.
It's going to show through your wife.
Be written all over her face, and how she even speak to you.
Yep.
right.
How her
That's
shalom
what you
will be.
murmuring too.
That's what
Right.
you remember too.
Yep.
Yep. So let's start off. Get Sirach chapter 12. Get Sirach chapter 12, and I want you to start at verse 6.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 12 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For the Most High hated sinners.
Hey, this is scripture. Pastors don't like to say this scripture. T.D. Jakes ain't pulling this scripture. He talks about being swallowed up.
Right.
That's why he want to talk about being swallowed. He ain't pulling this scripture to the church on how God hates sinners. Read on.
And will repay vengeance
The Lord said he going to repay vengeance. Go ahead.
unto the ungodly.
That means you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. The Lord going to pay vengeance unto the ungodly. Go ahead.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Read on.
Give unto the good, and help not the sinner.
Now say help not a sinner. Verse 8.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
A friend cannot be known when everything is going well. When all the money's good, when your job's good, your house is good, everything's in order. Your friend cannot be known. Everybody comes off as a friend then. Go ahead.
And an enemy
And an enemy.
cannot be hidden in adversity.
That means someone's hatred towards you cannot be hidden when y'all go through problems together. Can't be hid. That means their hatred gonna show forth itself when y'all go through situations. Read it again.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
Go ahead.
And an
And
enemy
an enemy.
cannot be hidden in adversity.
Read.
In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be
In the
grieved.
prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. Go ahead.
But in his adversity, even a friend will depart.
Verse 10.
Never trust thine enemy.
God say never trust your enemy. Never trust your enemy. That's why Bishop always said, forgiveness granted, trust denied. For all you enemies of God out there. For all you enemies of Israel united in Christ.
Right.
You got enemies of the bishops. You got enemies of the deacons, of the captains, of their own people. God said, don't trust your enemy. Oh, we forgive you, but trust denied. Read.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Eventually, they're going to show forth their wickedness. Eventually, they're going to show forth. Jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent,
Who going to pity a charmer that plays with a snake? Go ahead.
or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
That's just like when, y'all remember Steve Irwin,
Right.
the crocodile hunter?
Yeah.
Y'all remember when he died? I didn't pity him.
For real.
Right.
Yeah. And I
I
ain't
like
even knowing
Bi-
about the Bible.
I was like, by time.
All right, I ain't pity him.
Right.
I was a little shocked that he died from a damn stingray.
Out of all the
Right,
crocodiles we
Right.
messing with, right?
All them
yeah.
big ass crocodiles you've been wrestling, and you died from a doggone harmless behind stingray
Right.
in the ocean. What you doing in the ocean?
Right.
You supposed to be on land messing with the crocodiles. That's your name, Crocodile Hunter. Not
Right,
the Stingray
exactly.
Hunter.
Exactly.
The Lord said, oh, I got you. You playing around? I'm going to have a stingray pierce you in your heart. But hey, we didn't pity him. Go ahead.
Verse 14. So when that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his
So God
sin.
say, when you go to a sinner and you play around with their sin, go ahead.
And is defiled with him in his
And
sins,
you get caught up in the midst of sin, go ahead.
who will pity?
They're just like brothers. I'm going to tell you something. Brothers will get in their car at 3 in the morning and drive to go look for a hoe.
Damn.
And then get surprised when they catch a disease.
Right.
Damn.
The Lord say, ain't nobody gonna pity you.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna pity you, man. When you go play with a sinner and you get defiled by the sinner, the Lord say, who gonna pity you?
Right.
What you thought was
crazy,
waiting on
speaking
you
on
at
that.
3 o'clock in the morning?
What you thought was gonna happen?
What you thought was gonna happen? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nothing out there.
You got in your car to go
Yeah.
look for a hoe.
Yeah, you could have been
Right.
asleep.
That's how ignorant a lot of our people is, especially in the world. You got people that's into homosexuality, and their parents may agree with it, but you know what comes from that is AIDS. Like, and they get AIDS, then they got nerve to go to their funeral and
Right,
cry.
cry.
It all is like, this
Yep.
what you allowed this. You sentenced them to death. You
Yep.
had nothing to say about it.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the Lord say, I ain't gonna pity them.
No pity.
I'm not gonna pity them, man. So we gotta stop messing around with sinners. Stop thinking you gonna be Christmas, right? Christmas was just there, right? You gonna go to your grandma's house to teach them about the Bible on Christmas Day.
Right.
You gonna go among sinners on a sinful ass day, thinking that you ain't gonna be defiled by that sinner? Think grandma gonna say, baby, you want you a plate?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
You gonna get that
Oh,
plate?
it ain't no pork, is it right? Okay,
Yeah.
because you know pork, but yeah. give me
According
that.
to Leviticus 11,
but I
you
tell
can't eat no pork.
You put some pork in on that dressing? Oh, okay, I can take that dressing.
Yeah.
I know you don't eat pork, baby. I got you.
Because that's what a lot of people
Yeah.
did. A lot of people in the truth, calling themselves Israelites, in the truth, went still to their family house on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. And celebrated doggone Christmas. Hey, I'm going to send you a video, Asadai. The Lord just put some wisdom on me. I'm going to send you a video, Asadai. When of y'all talk?
Hey, could you go back to 10? Go back to 10, because on our cap point. Read that again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Read.
Never trust thine enemy,
Okay, read.
for like as iron rusted,
Because that's what was going in on the last class on part 1. As the iron rusters, we see how you can't hide the rust forever. If you got iron, that rust going to show eventually. As iron rusters, read the rest of it.
so is his wickedness.
So is the wickedness of the person. And then if you go up, it'll tell you in your adversity, that iron going to show. Even when you prosper, the iron going to show, because he going to keep on showing his hatred towards you. Because, hey, just like you said, the wife can't fake it, and you can't fake it that long either. What you had, officer?
Right. Well, like Cal was saying, a lot of people going over their family members' house doing Christmas, and you thinking that you're not participating in sin, but you are. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Yeah, come on over. You don't have to eat no plate. You don't got to accept no gift, but come on over, knowing it's a trap for you, right? It's a trap that you going to your family member's house that's not in the truth. They got Christmas trees all over there. You know what I'm saying? You going in there, you there while they unwrapping gifts. You know what I mean? You in sin, that's wicked as hell.
Right.
Keep reading.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
He imagining in his heart, they're imagining. They's like, let me figure out a way to bring them back with us. You know what I mean? Start back celebrating Christmas with us. They imagine these wicked things.
Hey, watch this, y'all. I'm going to show y'all something. Hey, this going to blow y'all mind. Hey, you got that video, Hasadai? This going to blow all y'all mind. Watch this right
I
here.
bet it is.
Watch this right here, y'all. Look at this.
Here we go.
Blow it up.
Oh, man.
Y'all seen this?
Oh, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, this the new one.
Oh, they did Christmas too?
They did another one.
Oh, man. That was Thanksgiving
This
last
is
time.
this is a
Christmas.
new one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
This
here we
the
go.
Christmas one. Go ahead, play it. Yeah, they did one for Thanksgiving. This one for Christmas.
So,
Damn.
do they got any of them for the feast days?
Nope. This is Yahweh Shah Day.
Oh,
Wow.
they ain't got none saying this is how we celebrate tabernacles.
Yahweh Shah Day.
Shalom, 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 family. It's your king and shepherd coming with I ain't gonna say another message day edification because we finna eat around here. It's Yahweh Shai Day again, all right? We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All praises due. We dedicate this day every time we come together. We dedicate the time that we come together to our son and brother that gave his life on the cross for the redemption of Israel. All praises. Before we get started, just want to bring out quick precept. This is 1 Timothy 1:4. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which the power have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. For every creature of the power is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received.
Hey, this is basic understanding. That ain't saying you can eat pork. This is basic understanding. My son can break this down. This is basic. I learned this when I first came into IUIC.
He basically cutting himself for what he about to do right now. Yeah, he's cutting his own self. Like you is basically cut yourself and try to make it as justification of what you about to do. It's crazy, man.
With thanksgiving, for it is sanctified by the word of power and prayer. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Let's give it up for the Father. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. 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 Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Shazam!
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises due.
Stop. Now, they did all that, right? Now, just the next scene that you're about to see is like, what? When I first seen the video, I said, okay, well, all right, what's going on? And then the camera pans to the abominations. Go ahead, bro.
Praises. All right, peace and salutations to you, Royal House of David. I hope y'all wasn't thinking that we was finna get out of here before I showed you the spread, right? We got to make sure these Pharisees is good and mad. So, Sergeant, take this. We in there? All right. We gonna show the spread. All right. What we got over here, Mama? We got chicken wings, fried extra crispy. We got pastries. We got cupcakes, cornbread. All right. We got red beans and rice with smoked sausage. All right. We got them collard greens with a little bit of Texas mustard. All right. And we got some white rice. And then what we got over there? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The mac and cheese. The mac and cheese. All right. On the Quan, I heard you talking shit about me singing. I'm singing again, nigga. Look here. You got me in there? You got me? Y'all see the knife? Oh. Y'all gonna love this. Look. One for the money, two for the Pharisees. Look here. We got 2 hams with extra glaze for you niggas. All right? Now, I'm going to get the first cut. Did you get it out? I want you to bring it in closer. Closer. All right? We want that. We want to make sure we get some juice on the lens. Eh? Ooh. Boy, look at that shit there. Man, look here, man. Y'all hate me. Y'all know y'all want some of this. Y'all know y'all want some. I get first taste, y'all. Y'all see that there? All praise. It's sanctified by the word of God and prayer. All right. Oh, praise it. All right. Everybody finna line up and get their fill. All right. Want to give all praise to y'all by some Mashak Yahushua. Any day that y'all want to celebrate Yahushua Day, family, fuck these Pharisees, man. Let them talk all the shit they want. Y'all ain't coming to my house stopping shit. All right? I'll cook 3 hams the next damn time and some crab legs around it. You bitch ass niggas. All right. That's it, y'all. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh by some Mashak Yahushua. Let's eat. That's it. Cut it. Shalom.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. The blasphemy, bro. Remember what feast we in?
We in
Feast of
dedication.
dedication.
Right.
Y'all remember.
Right.
But y'all remember
Our forefathers,
Mattathias
right.
slew a nigga
Yeah.
because he wanted to do what?
Eat pork.
Eat pork. He wanted to sacrifice. What does he want to sacrifice pork? Hey, get that real quick. Get that First Maccabees, bro.
Man, this is a perfect example when they be like, why y'all all can't just come together?
Right,
Why-
we can't come
why?
together with niggas like that.
Shoot, these dudes trying to kill us.
These dudes let their damn gluttony override they understanding. You got it, soldier? Yeah, get that. Mathias ain't play that. Mathias would have killed this dude. Go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 23. Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to judgment.
So they was saying, you try to sacrifice to idols? Your ass got to die. You got to die. Go ahead.
Wherefore he ran.
He did what?
He ran.
I mean, you understand how much anger in your mind about to kill this nigga. Go ahead.
And slew him upon the altar.
Go ahead.
Also the king's commissioner,
Killed everybody. Go ahead.
who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
It says even the men that compelled other people to commit the abominable act. This brother compelling other brothers to eat pork, to celebrate Christmas. Then he said, I'll make 3 hams and line it up with some crab legs for you BA niggas.
The hell is this?
So,
Like, we all know who you talking about.
oh, we know.
Right.
That's why they call us the Pharisees. These dudes are crazy. Go back to Sirach 12. That's why the Lord say, don't go after the sinner, you're going to be defiled. Sirach 12 and verse 15.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
For a while he will abide with thee,
This is your enemy. Go ahead.
but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
If thou begin to fall, he will not stay with you. A brother like that is not your friend. A sister like that is not your friend. You got to be aware of people like this because that's hatred. They got hatred within them. And what's going to bring it out of them is these times like you getting put on hard times, you being persecuted. You know what I'm saying? Your trial coming upon you. These people will flee you. They're not going to tarry. Read on, verse 16.
And the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips,
The enemy gonna make you feel like you are the best thing since sliced bread. Go ahead.
but in his heart
But in his mind,
he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
he imagined how he gonna take you down. Verse 17, watch this.
Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee,
If adversity come upon thee,
thou shalt find him there first.
thou shalt find him there first. Watch this.
And though he pretend,
And though what?
he pretend
And though he pretend, come on,
to help thee,
read.
yet shall he undermine thee.
He gonna do what?
Undermine thee.
Gonna undermine you. Undermining someone is a sign of hatred. Is a sign of an enemy. When you undermining someone. Read on.
He would shake his head and clap his hands
Clap his hands
and whisper much
and whisper, gossip, murmur. Read.
and change his countenance.
And he's going to be happy as hell. He's going to be happy that you fail. So let's go over it. Let's go over Saul and David real quick. Go to 1 Samuel chapter 15. We're going to do a little reading, y'all. We're going to do a little reading. We're going to learn some things on the way to learn some things. 1 Samuel chapter 15, and we're going to start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1.
Read.
Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people,
Go ahead.
over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek.
So this was a commandment the Lord gave to Samuel to give to Saul. Go and kill Amalek. Go ahead.
And utterly destroy all that they have.
Hey, you know what's crazy? They said the Lord changed not. So you telling me the Lord love Amalek now?
Right.
He told Saul to kill every last one of them.
All of them.
Every last one of them. And now you saying God love everybody?
Right.
I thought God don't change.
Hey, we just read in Sirach, it said, I hate sinners.
Hate sinners. Yeah. So for all you how you said? Amalekites. Did I say it right?
Right.
You damn Amalekites. You call yourselves the children of God when you are not.
Right.
You are Oscar Nazis, right?
Right.
Oscar Nazis. That's what you are. Even to call you a Jew, a Jewish, is blasphemy.
That's right.
You are the damn devil. That's who you are.
Right.
You are the children of Satan. Read.
And spare them not,
God told Saul, don't spare them. Come on.
but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep,
Read.
camel and ass.
Come on.
And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telalim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, go, depart, get ye down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye shewed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. And Saul smote the Amalekites
Go ahead.
from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
Go ahead.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
So he took the king alive. He didn't fulfill the commandment that the Lord gave him. Read on.
alive and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
Read.
But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. But everything that was vile and refuse, that they destroyed utterly.
Go ahead.
Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me.
So God said, it repented me that I set your rebellious behind up to be king. Read on.
And have not performed my commandments.
You have not done what?
Performed my commandments.
So you got to understand. Now, we're going to get further into David and the hatred that Saul had for David. But this is what you got to understand. Saul did not perform the commandment that the Lord gave him. Therefore, the Lord replaced him. The man that the Lord replaced Saul with was David. Because of that correction, which led to replacement, brewed the hatred within Saul. I want you to understand. The correction that led to replacement brewed the hatred that was within Saul for King David.
Right. That goes into that video we was watching in part one when they said that person see that you are finna take their office. They finna take their position. That what symbols that hatred in them, and it started brewing in them. Because they know they have been messing up.
Right.
You the one been messing up.
They know they not the guy for the job.
Right, yeah.
So then when the Lord sends the guy for the job,
Right.
they mad.
I don't like that nigga.
I don't like that nigga. I don't like that sister.
Right.
you ain't doing your office
Right.
with all your might.
Right.
So you mad at the replacement. Don't be mad at the replacement. Be mad at your damn self.
Right.
For not fulfilling the commandment of God. Read on.
And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and, behold, he set up him a place, and is gone about.
Hey, I want you to read verse 11 again.
Verse 11, it repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and hath not performed my commandments.
Not performed his duties. Watch this.
And it grieved Samuel.
It grieved Samuel that Saul did not fulfill the commandment of God. It grieved him so much. Watch this.
And he cried unto the Lord all night.
Praying to the Father, crying to the Lord. This for y'all soldiers, man, that don't fulfill the commandment given to y'all by God. You get an order, you don't fulfill that order. Who you think is doing the grieving? Your leadership over you is grieving for you. Like, damn, this dude ain't shit. This dude ain't doing enough. Lord, give him the spirit. Lord, build him up. Lord, forgive him. Lord, keep him in the fight. He ain't doing enough, but keep. Your leadership grieving because you ain't fulfilling the commandments of God. The same way Saul grieved for Saul, or Samuel grieved for Saul. Go ahead.
And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Lord.
Go ahead.
I have performed the commandment of the Lord.
You see that? You see what he just said? Read that again, bro.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him,
Saul said unto Samuel,
Blessed be thou of the Lord.
all praises to the Most High.
I did what you asked
I
me to
did
do.
what you told me to do. All praises.
Like Samuel don't know what he told him
Samuel
to do.
like, nigga,
"No, the hell you
no,
did."
you didn't. But see, you told me to do it this way, but I thought it would be better this way. That's what y'all brothers doing is true.
There you go.
That's what you brothers doing is true, and sisters too. You are given a commandment or order to fulfill your duty, and instead of doing the duty precisely how it's been written out, you do your own thing, thinking that you're going to be rewarded for it. Thinking that you're going to be rewarded for doing your own thing. Go ahead, Oscar.
Because when you do your own thing, the duty has not been fulfilled.
It ain't been fulfilled.
You in your head, you actually thinking it has. That's
Right.
crazy.
You thinking you're doing it right.
Because if you gotta think about it, if his duties were fulfilled right here, we wouldn't be going through what we're going through right
What
now.
we going through?
Because who brought this on out of the trash? Who's behind everything? The slave ships, everything.
Amalek.
Amalek. The
Watch this.
Right.
Keep reading.
I have performed the commandment of the Lord. And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in my ears,
Go ahead.
and the lowing of the oxen which I hear?
He said, wait a minute. How come I hear sheep and oxen? You did everything. Why the hell there's still oxen around? Go ahead.
And Saul said, They have brought thee from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen.
I spared the best for God. I know God told me to kill them all, but I don't think he really meant that. That's how some of y'all brothers do. I don't think he really meant that. Maybe he really meant for me to do it this way. No. You do it how you instructed to do it. Go ahead.
To sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed.
Read.
Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this
He
night.
said, keep this, fall back. I'm going to tell you what God told me. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, Say on. And Samuel said,
Jump down. Jump down to verse 20.
verse 20, And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord,
Go ahead.
and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Now watch this.
But the people
But
took.
don't slow down.
Yes, sir.
But the who?
But the people.
But the people. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, Samuel. It was the people. He just said, I did everything I'm supposed to do, but I brought the king with me. But the people. Go ahead.
Took of the spoil.
The people took of the spoil. Go ahead.
Sheep and oxen. The chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal.
Go ahead.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Watch this.
For rebellion
For rebellion.
is as the sin of witchcraft.
When you rebel, you are in the sin. You are in the midst of witchcraft. We got a lot of witches in Israel that don't think that they witches, but they rebellious as hell. You don't follow counsel. You don't listen. You do your own thing. You try to change the order. The blueprint's already been set. You try to change the blueprint. You a witch. You a damn witch. Read on. For rebellion is witchcraft.
And stubbornness
And stubbornness
is as iniquity
can't get through you. Proud. Go ahead.
and idolatry.
That's that proud. You too proud to change. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. He hath also rejected thee from being king.
So Saul was rejected due to his own disobedience to the Father. Saul was replaced due to his own neglecting of following the order. Watch this. Jump to the next chapter and verse 1. Like I said, we're going to do some reading tonight.
The book of
Yep, verse 1. Go ahead.
the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected
I'm
him
going to say, man, stop crying for that dude. He a nigga. Go ahead.
from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil, and go. I will send thee to Jesse, the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons.
The Lord say, I have provided me a king among his sons. Saul was the people's king. David was God's king. God chose David. He said, hey, I'm going to choose this man to be king over Israel. Go ahead.
And Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me. And the Lord said, take an heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to the Lord. And call Jesse to the sacrifice. And I will show thee that which thou shalt do. And thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee.
Go ahead.
And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou
Because
peacefully?
they know Samuel was about the Lord's business. They know when Samuel came, it was judgment following. Go ahead.
And he said peaceably, I am come to sacrifice unto the Lord. Sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab, and said, surely the Lord's anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, for on the height of his stature, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth
So
not.
the Lord say, ain't about how big you are, how tall you are, how strong you look, how big your muscles are. That's what man look at. Man look at that. Man look at that and say, oh, man, I thought you was bigger. I had a brother tell me that one time. I ain't going to say who. But he said, man, I thought you would be taller by your voice. I said, thank God you ain't God. That's what I told him. I said, thank God you ain't God. I'm like, what the hell? That was some ignorant stuff to say. Go ahead.
For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance,
Man look on the outward.
but the Lord looketh on the heart.
The Lord look at the mind. The Lord look at the spirit. Don't look at your intentions. Go ahead.
Then Jesse called Abinadab, and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, neither hath the Lord chosen this. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by. And he said, neither hath the Lord chosen this. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. And Samuel said unto Jesse, the Lord hath not chosen thee. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy
He
children?
said, nah, this can't be all your kids. Go ahead.
And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance,
Go ahead.
and and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he.
So the Lord chose David to replace Saul. Go ahead.
Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David.
And the what?
The Spirit of the Lord came upon David.
So the Spirit left Saul and was placed on David. Go ahead.
From that day forward.
From that day forward.
So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul.
Departed from Saul. Watch this.
And an evil.
And a what?
And evil.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And an evil spirit. Read.
Spirit from the Lord
From
troubled.
who?
From the Lord.
From the Lord.
Troubled him.
Oh, here we go. There go that hatred. The hatred starting to grow. Envy. Oh, here we go. Read on.
And Saul's servant said unto him, behold now, an evil spirit from God troubleth thee.
Read verse 15 again. I'm going to show y'all something.
And Saul's servants.
And who?
Saul's servants.
Saul's evil spirit was so noticeable, his servant told him, you got the devil on you. His servant said, wait a minute. An evil spirit from God troubleth you. There's something going on in your spirit. It's an evil spirit on you. Read on.
And Saul's servant said unto him, behold now.
The reason why I bring it up, because brothers will let brothers know, like, yeah, bro, I see something in your spirit, bro, something going on. And the brother know he dealing with hatred, know he dealing with envy, know he dealing with malice, know he dealing with all types of covetousness, will say, I'm good. That's your time. That's your time to reveal it, repent, and fix it.
Hey, Captain, the spirit be thicker than a
It be
mug.
on like bro, we
I
see
can
something
feel
going
it.
on in you.
I can feel it on you, bro. What's going on?
Brothers won't say, no, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah.
Sister too.
Right,
Sis, you all right? You know, you ain't been here in 4 Sabbaths.
right. You good?
You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't been here. Your 11 bread tastes nasty now. What's
Right,
going on? It
for real.
used to be good.
Yeah. Just be fluffy and things.
Read.
An evil spirit from God troubleth thee. Let our Lord now command thy servants, which are before thee, to seek out a man who is a cunning player on an harp.
Watch this.
And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from God is upon thee,
Go ahead.
that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well.
Go ahead.
And Saul said unto his servants, provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me.
So I want y'all to understand what's going on, all right? The Lord chose David. The Lord put a spirit on David, took the spirit from Saul, put an evil spirit on Saul. The Saul servant said, you got the devil on you, right? Right? Then Saul says what? He says, the servant, thou no command thy servant which are before thee to seek. Now the spirit came upon the servant and say, get a man who knows how to play the harp to take this evil spirit off of you. I want y'all to understand what's going on. The way this thing happened, bro, is a masterpiece. Verse 18.
Verse
So
8.
Saul say, all right, go find me a man that know how to play the harp. Verse 18.
Then answered one of the servants and said, behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty, valiant man, and a man of war,
Go ahead.
and prudent in
And
matters,
prudent in matters.
and a comely person, and the Lord is with him.
Watch this.
Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse,
Go ahead.
and said, send me David thy son, which is with the sheep.
What's the coincidence that this same person that he was counseled to go get to remove the evil spirit will be the same man the Lord just anointed as king over Israel?
That he put the spirit on.
He put the spirit on him, and that's why you got an evil spirit on you.
Right.
I'm telling you, whatever, it happens in the spiritual realm first. before it happens in the physical realm. It was already written. Hey, I'm gonna put the spirit off of Saul, put it on David, and an evil spirit gonna be on Saul. I'm gonna use David to get that evil spirit off of Saul just to show that I'm dealing with him. Just so that David can now be in the midst of Saul to start taking over that kingship. Bro, it's crazy. Hey, keep reading, bro. Keep reading. It's crazy. Come on.
Verse 19. Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse and said, Send me David thy son, which is with the sheep. And Jesse took an ass laden with bread, and a bottle of wine, and a kid, and sent them by David his son unto Saul. And David came to Saul and stood before him.
Now watch this.
And he loved him greatly.
And he loved him greatly.
And he became his armor bearer.
So David loved Saul. David loved King Saul greatly to where he became his armor bearer. It's like, hey, I'm your right-hand man. I'm going to bring your armor. I got your sword always with me, always sharp. I got you. When you're ready to chop somebody down, call me. I got you. Read on.
And Saul said to Jesse, saying, Let David, I pray thee.
So now Saul told his father, go ahead.
Stand before me,
Uh-huh.
for he hath found favor in my sight.
Y'all see how this thing playing out? How the Lord putting the pieces in, putting the puzzle, you know how to say, piece to the puzzle, putting it all into play. So he made it so that Saul said, you know what? I like this dude. You gonna be my armor bearer. You know what? Hey, Jesse, I want your son to stand before me all the time. I want him to be around me because I like this dude. The Lord dealing with him. I like him. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul,
Go ahead.
that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
Now watch this. Jump over to the next chapter.
1 Samuel,
Yep, 17:1.
verse 1. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1. Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shokak, which belongeth to Judah, and pitched between Shokak and Azekah in Ephes-dammim.
Go to verse 4.
Verse 4. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines,
Go ahead.
named Goliath,
Goliath. Come on.
of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span.
It's like 8 foot or 9 foot, something like that. Come on.
And he had an helmet of brass upon his head.
Read.
And he was armed with a coat of mail. And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass. And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders.
Jump to verse 19.
Verse 19. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines.
Go ahead.
And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with a keeper, and took and went as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines have put the battle in array, army against army.
So Israel and the Philistines put the battle in array, right? Army against army. Go ahead.
And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words. And David heard them. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him, and were sore afraid.
So it says all the men of Israel saw Goliath and fled from him. Jump to verse verse 39.
Verse 39. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him. And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and put them in the shepherd's bag which he had, even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine.
So I want you to understand something. King Saul gave David a sword to kill Goliath. David told Saul, no, I have not proven this sword. You got to understand, just that alone. The king give you a sword. Hey, here's the sword. Use this sword to cut this dude's head off. And you say, King, I don't want to use this sword because I ain't proved it. I'm going to use a sling and a rock. You got to understand. You telling that to a king. I can't use your sword. I have perfected a sling and a rock. Think about that. That's like, King, you don't know what you're doing. I ain't proved the sword. I'm telling you, it's a build-up. Go ahead.
And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David. And the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him. For he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance. And the Philistine said unto David, I'm a dog, that thou comest to me with staves. And the Philistine cursed David by his gods.
Yeah, man, this little dude, the hell, come on.
And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field. Then said David to the Philistine,
Come on.
thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel,
Read.
whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand.
Come on.
And I will smite thee.
Y'all understand, man. David wasn't no joke, man. David wasn't no joke. Remember, this dude Goliath had everybody in fear. You talk about men of war was scared of this dude. David just got done hurting the sheep and said, oh, all I got to do is what? All I got to do is kill this dude and I get what? Oh, gotcha. Hey, David wasn't no joke, man. Come on.
And take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host
He said, I'm going to chop your head off.
of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the
Come
earth,
on.
that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel.
Read.
And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's,
Come on.
and he will give you into our
He
hands.
said, the Lord going to give you into our hand. The Lord going to give you into our hand. Verse 50.
Verse 50. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him. But there was no sword in the hand of David.
Go ahead.
Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine and took the sword
And took his sword.
and drew it out of the sheath thereof, and slew him, and cut off his head therewith. And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead,
Come on.
they fled.
So you understand, right? King Saul didn't kill Goliath. King David killed Goliath. Watch this. Play on. Or read on.
And the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines until thou come to the valley and to the gates of Ekron. And the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way to Sharaim,
Come on.
even unto Gath and unto Ekron. And the children of Israel returned from chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents.
So hold on. It said the children of Israel chased after the Philistines and they spoiled their tents. Verse 55.
Verse 55. And when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine, he said unto Abner, the captain of the host, Abner, whose son is this youth? And Abner said, as thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell. And the king said, inquire thou whose son the stripling is. And as David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine,
Now watch some. I want y'all to pick up on this. What's going on? Saul asked whose son this is. Remember the previous chapter?
He already knew.
He already knew that was David.
Right.
He already knew that was David. He already knew that Jesse was the father of David. He spoke to Jesse.
He just offered him his sword.
He offered him. He knew who he was.
Right.
You know,
It's
tell
that
you,
hate
man,
festering.
it's festering. It's
And
building. Come on.
And as David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, Abner took him and brought him before Saul with the head of the Philistine in his hand.
Go ahead.
And Saul said to him,
Watch this.
whose son art thou?
What you mean whose son I am?
Thou young man.
Now you don't know who I am? Go ahead.
And David answered, I am the son of thy servant Jesse,
Come on.
the Bethlehemite.
I am the son of thy servant Jesse, the Bethlehemite. Go ahead.
1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1.
So go to verse 5.
Verse 5. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely.
Behave yourself wisely.
And Saul set him over the men of war. And he was accepted in the sight of all the people.
Go ahead.
And also in the sight of Saul's servants. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistines,
Watch this.
that the women came,
That the women, come on.
came out of all cities of Israel,
Read.
singing and dancing to meet King Saul
to meet King Saul. Watch this.
with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music.
Go ahead.
And the women answered one as they played,
Here we go.
and said, Saul has slain his thousands,
Saul slain his thousands.
and David his 10,000.
Ooh. Man, they ain't like, hey, Saul ain't like that.
Like that, man.
You're like, whoa. What the hell you talking about? David killed more men than me. Read the next verse.
And Saul was very wroth,
And Saul was very angry. Come on.
and the saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000,
Watch this.
and to me they have ascribed but thousands.
Go ahead.
And what can he have more
What he want more?
but the kingdom?
He want my spot. He want my spot.
Hey, you got to think about it. David didn't make this song up. He didn't write this song.
David didn't have nothing to do with
it.
these women,
Yeah.
these sisters singing this song.
Right.
David had nothing to do with these sisters singing this song. Read on.
And Saul eyed David
Saul eyed David.
from that day and forward.
Saul hated David from that day and forward. It built up over time. The Lord said, hey, for what you did, I'm going to take the kingdom away from you. So David had nothing to do with you getting the kingdom removed from you. He got nothing to do with you getting the spirit removed from you. It's your own disobedience why you not in the spot no more. It's your own disobedience. And now you got hatred for the man that the Lord chose to replace you. Jump to chapter 19. We ain't done. Chapter 19, verse 1.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Saul spake to Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul my father seeketh to kill thee.
Saul, my father, seek to kill you. Mind you, David did nothing wrong. David spared Saul's life numerous of times. Come on.
Now therefore, I pray thee, take heed to thyself unto the morning, and abide in a secret place, and hide thyself.
So jump over to chapter 18, and I want you to read verse 20. Then
1
we gonna go
1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
And Michal, Saul's daughter, loved David.
Love David.
And they told Saul, and the thing pleased him.
Go ahead.
And Saul said, I would give him her,
I'm going to give you my daughter Michal. Go ahead.
that she may be a snare
And
to
she
him.
may what?
Be a snare
That
to him.
means Saul knew his daughter was a demon. Saul knew his daughter was a dragon. And he said, I'm only going to give my daughter to David because I hate this dude and I want her to be a snare unto him. So a lot of brothers, I'm going to tell y'all something. Brothers and sisters in his truth will give you something that make you feel like it's a blessing, but it's actually a snare. It's actually given to you in a way to make you fall. Or they expect you to fall. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. But it's a stumbling block before you. So you got to be careful with that. Because that hatred within going to show without. It's going to show. Saul said, I'm going to give him my daughter. Not to do it righteously. Not so that she could be a daughter of mine that's married to a king. King David, the mightiest man during that time. To honor me, I'm going to give you my daughter. He said, no, I'm only giving you to him so you can cause him to fall. Just so it's right. To keep his house out of order. Because if your house out of order, you can't lead men. That's some evil stuff, man. That's some evil, evil, evil stuff. Go to, is that it? Yeah. Go to Sirach chapter 10. So those that know the story, you know what eventually ended up happening with Saul. The Lord put his ass to death. Him and his whole house put him to death. Sirach 10 and 6.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
God said don't bear hatred for every wrong. That means what? Brothers and sisters, you're going to get offended. People are going to offend you in this truth. Don't bear hatred towards that brother or sister. For brothers slip up, mess up, and offend you, that's why we got Matthew 18. Bro, you offended me when you did this. Bro, it's messed up when you said this, bro. I'm offended. All right, bro, let's talk about it. Don't bear hatred. Don't keep it in. Let the offenses just build up over time. How that brother or sister even know you offended? So what happens is it turns to hatred. It turns to hatred. Read on.
And do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Go to chapter 3 and verse 24. Do nothing at all by injurious. Hey, look that word up. Look up injurious.
The definition of injurious from Merriam-Webster.
Go ahead.
Injurious, adjective, inflicting or tending to inflict injury.
Go to the synonyms.
Synonyms.
Damn. Hey, that's some crazy stuff, man. Read the synonyms, bro.
Synonyms. Adverse.
Adverse.
Bad.
Bad.
Baleful.
Go to the ones that we know.
Detrimental.
Damaging. Dangerous. I got you. Hurtful. Harmful. Mischievous. Wicked. Bro, that's crazy. Ill. Evil. Go back to the scripture, read it again, bro. Keep that definition up. Read.
Go to 324.
Yes, sir.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 24.
Come on.
For many are deceived by their own.
I'm sorry, 10 and 6. My bad. 10 and 6.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 6.
Come on.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
Don't hate your brother or your sister for everyone. Watch this.
And do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Do nothing at all by evil, damaging, adverse, harmful, mischievous, wicked, detrimental. That means you paying people back based off of your hatred. You rendering evil for evil based off of your hatred. You doing things to try to damage people because you hate that brother or sister. I hate you so much, I'm going to do something to damage your reputation. I'm going to set you up to damage your name. That's how much I hate you. The Bible say don't do that. Don't do that. Go back. Are you going to say something?
Then when they do it, they rejoice.
Rejoice
They're
to
like,
see that you. Yep.
There you go.
I got you.
Got your ass.
Finally. Got some on your ass. Now I can tell everybody you ain't shit. You ain't what everybody think you are. Tell him, man, his brothers and sisters in this truth that's looking for reasons to what's the word? To discredit your name.
Right.
And will set stuff up and think they actually got something on you.
That's crazy. They supposed to be praying for repentance. They praying for your downfall.
They praying for a chance to get you.
That's crazy.
Lord, send me an opportunity to let everybody know how wicked this nigga is.
Damn.
Now jump to chapter 3, verse 21, 24.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
Many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Go ahead.
And an evil suspicion.
Evil suspicion. I mean, you suspect me of doing something evil. Watch this.
Hath overthrown their judgment.
An evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. So you suspect someone of doing something evil without even fully examining the truth will cause you to act on that evil suspicion, and now you're doing things to damage the person, to hurt the person. You're doing evil things to try to get this person back because you bear hatred.
When all of this time, all you had to do is apply Matthew 18.
That's it. All this time, if you would have did it right, you'd have realized that all that's in your head.
Right.
That's what says evil suspicion. You suspect. You don't know. But you let that suspicion override your judgment. Get 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 3.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Without natural affection, truce breakers.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. This know also, that in the last days,
In the last days, we are in the last days right now. Come on.
perilous times shall come.
Perilous times. I mean, you can't trust nobody. You're going to be going through turmoil. You're going to be put to death. We're going to be thrown in prison. Come on.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves,
Lovers of own self.
covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
Come on.
Unthankful.
Just never happy. Unthankful. Come on.
Unholy.
Read.
Without natural affection.
Watch this.
Truce breakers. False accusers. Incontinent. Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
Just like Saul despised King David. Had hate for the brother. All because he was doing everything according to the Bible. I'm going to tell you, hey, go to Proverbs 3:11. This would, though, I'm going to tell you, hatred starts. Let me change that. Correction can breed hatred. Correction can breed hatred. Because remember, Saul was corrected by the father. The father replaced him with David. Therefore, it bred hatred for David based off of him being corrected by God. Brothers and sisters in this truth, you correct the brother, you correct the sister, and now that brother or sister hates you. Hate you. Not because you did something evil to them,
right?
But because you corrected them.
Right.
They want to have a pity party.
Came from?
Right.
Right.
Read that. Proverbs 3:11.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 11.
Come on.
My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord.
Despise not the chastening. Come on.
Neither be weary of his correction.
God said don't be weary of the correction. See, when leadership corrects you, you see it as a nigga correcting you. But that's God correcting you. That's God correcting you. Go to Proverbs 15 and 10. That is God correcting you. Correction is not meant to kill you. It's only meant to change behavior. That's what correction is meant for. It's meant to change behavior. Bruh, what you doing is wrong. Well, sis, what you doing is wrong. You're not moving like, you're not moving like a officer. You're not moving like a soldier. Sis, you're not moving like a daughter of Sarah. You're not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? You're doing some evil stuff. It's meant to change your behavior. Now you got hatred towards the person that corrected you. Proverbs 15:10.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Correction is grievous
Correction is grievous.
unto him that forsaketh the way.
Correction becomes tough and hard and disgraceful to that brother or sister that the Lord has departed from. That's what it means to forsake the way. That means the Lord in Christ ain't dealing with you. If you get corrected and you start hating the brother for that, Christ ain't with you. Satan is in the midst. You are a servant of Satan.
Girl Cap, I know we're about to end. Give me Proverbs 6:23. Because this is what people don't understand. We used to the Christian way when everybody's supposed to be lovey-dovey and all that hugs and kisses. But we understand this is love and this is the way of life. This is how we going to always get corrected. That's how we grow. Read that for me.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Read.
For the commandment is a lamp,
Uh-huh.
and the law is light,
Read.
and reproofs
Reproof.
Of-
Correction.
of, of instruction
Uh-huh.
are the way of life.
That's the way you live. That's how we live. We live. Hey, if you ain't get corrected, you ain't living.
You're not in the truth.
Right.
Go to Amos 5:10. That's a good scripture, officer. Go to Amos 5:10. Go ahead. So you despise correction, man. You the devil. If you see correction as grievous, you the devil. And what's going to happen is, if you see correction as grievous, you're going to start brewing hatred towards that brother or sister that's correcting you. And it's going to show forth. The hate within going to show without. Go ahead, officer.
Right. You're right. That's heavy what you're saying. The hate within will show
It's
without.
going to show every time.
I mean, you'll see that through their actions. You can tell there's something going on. You give a brother, you say, brother, you correcting the brother about something, saying do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? The brother, might not even acknowledge you saying it.
Right.
Might not give you a response or a thumbs up or something.
Yep.
All that just little stuff. What does it call it? Escalates.
Yep. It builds up over time.
Yeah.
Yep. It builds up. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
That's
it
how-
grows into hatred.
Yeah.
Next they know you out the door. And all praises for that. You got to go. Read that, soldier.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
Read it again.
They hate him
Israel hate us.
that rebuketh in the gate.
That's Israel, man. Israel hate correction. Israel hate rebuke. Israel hate how they spot blow up. Israel hate that. But it's needful for your growth in this truth. It's needful to make it to the kingdom of heaven. We all need correction. We all should want to be corrected. Bishop said all the time. That's why brothers don't like to be around the bishops and the deacons. They like to sit all the way in the back, away from the circle, because they know in the circle, bishop going to be able to see the spirit on them. The deacon going to be able to see the spirit on them and check that spirit. That because brothers see it as hatred. They see it as, oh, they hate me. No, that's love. That's why every time I get the chance, I try to be around the bishop. You know what I'm saying? On the quest, good luck if you ever saw me. I gave my wife 1 day. I gave her 1 day, bro. At 11 days, I gave her 1 day of my time. The other 10, I'm around the bishop.
That's right.
I'm around the deacons. That's it. That's all you get. And if you can't understand that, tough titty. It is what it is. But I'm trying to become a better man.
Right.
I'm trying to become a better leader, a better father, a better husband, a better brother. The only way I can do that is to be around the bishops and the deacons.
That's right.
That's the only way. The only way I could be better is to be corrected. That's the only way. That's the only way. But brothers today, they be off by themselves, chilling, leadership all around. They in the back,
Hey, they about did the opposite of what you did. They gave the bishop one day and their wife.
And they gave it one. Bro, Bishop, I'm gonna tell you how scared these heathens was, bro, on the boat. Wherever Bishop went, there was at least 30 brothers following him. They was like, who is that dude? Wherever Bishop sat down, there was 30, 50 brothers surrounding him with Bibles open, with pens. They like, who was that dude? We had people come up and say, who the hell is him? I said, don't worry. They said, who are y'all? What group y'all with? I had somebody ask me that. What group y'all with? I said, what I said? We marine biologists. That's what I told her. We are marine biologists. A bishop told him, he said, we go around the world and we kill viruses. He said, damn.
That's right.
He said, we travel the world and kill viruses. He said, damn. That was some heavy stuff, man. Right. And they're like, oh, Coke, you guys are good. Oh, thank you. You're great. I said, little do you know, you are the virus. You are the virus. You know what I'm saying? But that correction teaches you how to be a better man, how to be a better sister. It teaches you. That's why some sisters don't talk to certain sisters. They won't talk.
Because they scared to get corrected.
Because they know what they saying is foolish.
Right.
And then when you check them, that's the last time they tell you anything. Sisters do that. Sisters know who they can talk to, who they don't want to talk to. They know that.
Like, I should have known better than talking to her about that.
Yeah, I don't know why I told her.
Why I even
because
told
then
her.
she going to tell her husband going to tell Cap, and then it's going to be.
Right.
That's why sisters be holding sin. Go ahead, Austin.
Right. Correction will humble you too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you better believe it. Let you know that you ain't really as good as you thought you were.
Right.
You ain't got your stuff in order like you thought you had it. That's why people don't say it. People hold sin in forever just to not be made better. But that's what corrections make you better. Matthew 24:4. We almost done. We ain't gonna do no Q&A today. We ain't got time. Matthew 24:4.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 4.
So remember, it said a hatred within will show without. Right? Watch this.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed no man deceive you. Come on.
For many shall come in my name,
Did that happen? Yes. Come on.
saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Many are deceived by the white image of Christ. Many are deceived by America. Many are deceived by the Pope who say you can be LGBTQ and be married. Two men can marry each other. Read on.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Is that happening? Yes. Till this day, Israel is at war with Hamas. It's wars all over the world. Read.
See that ye be not troubled.
Come on.
For all these things must come to
All
pass.
these things must come to pass. That means 100% going to happen. Read.
But the end is not yet.
It ain't over yet. Read.
For nation shall rise against nation,
We seeing that race against race, kingdom against kingdom. Read.
and kingdom against kingdom.
Come on.
And there shall be famines and
We
pestilences.
seeing. I just seen somehow it's a new influenza that came out of China. That's in America. That's where everybody getting sick.
Right.
It's a new strand of influenza that came out of China that's in America right now.
It's targeting kids.
It's
too.
targeting children. And we weren't about Pornhub. We weren't about what size oh God. Read.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
Diverse places.
All these
All these
are the beginning
are the beginning.
of sorrow.
So watch this. All these things happening. Verse 9.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted,
We gonna be afflicted.
and shall kill you,
And shall kill you.
and ye shall be hated
And ye shall be hated
of all nations
of all the nations.
for my name's sake.
So all the nations are gonna hate us. They hate us today. We gonna be killed. Brothers almost you know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers face danger, face death in the eye, and said, to hell with you. All that stuff is coming to pass. So why don't we think the next one ain't coming? Read.
And then shall many be offended.
Read.
And shall betray one another.
Stop. Read the next one.
And shall hate one another.
Stop. Everything else is happening. Y'all telling me verse 10 ain't happening? That everybody love everybody? Don't no hatred going on? Is hatred in the midst of Israel. And it's brothers that may sit right next to you that hate your guts. It's sister that might sit right next to you that watch your kids on the Sabbath. Damn. That might sit right next to you and hate your damn guts, waiting for that moment to cause damage to you, to cause evil to you, to tarnish your name, to tarnish your reputation. It's brothers here that's waiting for you to fall. Read it again.
And shall betray one another. And shall hate one another.
And shall hate one another. It's brothers and sisters that's ready to betray you. It's brothers and sisters that are waiting for that suitcase with $2 million in it. They say, hey, give up his name, his wife, his kids, his house, his address, his job. Give up everything. Matter of fact, scrap this bomb to his car.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Here's a bomb. Right. Scrap it to his car. Put it in his mailbox.
For real.
Right.
Cut his brake line.
Call us
set this,
5 minutes before he pull up.
Set this
Right.
kilo in his trunk.
Right.
So he won't know when we pull him over. We got him.
Right.
Hey.
Put these drugs in his bobble bag.
Right. Yep. It was crazy. It all started with the beginning of 10. Go to the beginning of 10. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And then shall many be offended.
They got offended, and then they never said nothing. Mm-hmm. And now that hatred comes. Now that envy comes because you got offended, and you never even told me. I don't even know you offended.
Yeah, right. You got hatred on the low.
Right.
You got hatred on the low. Don't nobody know your ass offended.
And now you wouldn't have
Most
killed
time
me.
they don't know.
There you go. So that offense builds up to betrayal and hatred. And that is going to happen, y'all. The hate within will show without. It is your job to repent, confess, fast, and pray, and to confront that hatred. You got to be able to control your thoughts. When you get corrected, it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. It's for you to control your thought. Not for you to say, well, now I hate your guts. Now I got you. No, you got to control your thoughts, man.
Right.
Control your thoughts, or that hatred is going to show forth itself, and the Lord's going to judge you for not correcting your inner man. John 15. Let me see something. It's going to be the last two scriptures real quick. Let me see something. Hold up.
Because that hatred, it turns to evil surmising. Right. You thinking this, thinking that. Everything you thinking is an illusion. It's
right.
You delusion.
It's not real.
Because you
It's
think
not
he
real.
feel like you feel. Because you got that hatred in you. Now you
Right.
think he hates you
It's
too.
like, damn, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
What's going on? Oh, I hate you. What? Damn.
Right.
For real?
I thought we was good.
No. I've been hating you for a long time.
For a
too.
long time, I've been
Long
waiting for you
time.
to slip up.
For years.
Go to John 15 to 13. We're going to end on this.
The book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 13.
Hold up. Let me get that with you. 15 and yes, that it. Yeah, start at verse 12.
The book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 12.
Come on.
This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
Do what?
That ye love one another.
Christ say love one another. Love is keeping the commandments. Love is correcting your brother, your sister. Christ say love one another. Come on.
As I have loved you.
How did Christ love us? He laid down his life for the nation of Israel. What love can you compare to that? Well, dying breath is for you to live. What love can you compare to that? That's why there's a lot of phonies and fakes out there. You say you love me, but you won't even better yourself to become a better man. You won't even better yourself to become a better sister. You won't even get in the fight. You on the sidelines watching us getting ran over with Jeeps, getting shot at, getting persecuted. You on the sidelines, but you love us. Read.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Greater no man. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Read on.
Ye are my friends.
We are the friends of Christ. We are the friends of Christ. Come on.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
If ye do whatsoever I command you. You got to understand what Christ is telling us right here. Christ is telling us to lay down our life for one another. That was Christ telling us to do. Romans 12, a living sacrifice. Lay down your life for one another. We got to do what Christ did. Christ laid down his life. We must lay ours down. So that means no way you're going to lay down your life for a brother who you hate. There's no way you're going to lay down your life for a brother, for a sister you hate. Because sisters hear that and they say, oh, I ain't got to lay down my life. I'm going to be spared. I'm a woman. I'm going to be spared. Well, you said, a bullshit. Esau going to chop your head off with mine. What you going to do? Cry, beg for mercy? Hell no, I'm taking my death. Take your death. Because if you love the children, if you love God, you're going to love the children of God. Ain't no way you're going to love the children of God with hatred in your heart. And malice and envy and covetousness. Every example of that hatred resulted in the death of the brother that was hating. That's the whole point we went over Saul and David. Saul was put to death based off of his hatred towards David. And the correction, because he messed up.
Right.
That's all. Y'all got something?
So was Ahab, so was Jezebel. All of them put to death for their hatred.
Yep. Last script, 1 John 4:7. They was put to death. 1 John 4:7.
The book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another.
Let us love one another.
For love is of God.
Love is of God.
And everyone that loveth is born of God.
Come on.
And knoweth God.
So get the hatred out your heart. Because the hatred within will show without. All right. All praise to the Most High. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So tune in next week for another class, IUIC Denver in the classroom. All right. I'm Captain Gad to my left.
Officer Dunn.
To my right.
Officer Nahasa.
And with that, we say shalom.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example.